Hello, this is Carolyn with Carolyn's Paper Therapy. And today I wanted to share with you this Christmas Village Christmas pop-up box envelope. These are so cool, and Carrie Ann has designed these for several of her collections. This one is designed for the Christmas Village that came out for the craft room members only. She did a video on this, and those of you that are members of the craft room have already seen it. What I'm going to do is show you my finished product, and then I'm going to do a little tutorial of how I put it together. And that's for those of you who aren't in the craft room and want to see how this goes together. And then I'm going to link in my description some of the other envelopes like this that she has available on Etsy, and you may want to pick up a couple of those, and then they can be adapted for any designs that you want to use. So the kit to do this comes with all the instructions with it, and plus the papers to print out. So let me show you what I did, and then I'm going to put it together for you. This is my finished product, and as you can see, it's layered. There's the back of the envelope, and then 2 layers, and the front. And the front of the envelope then is decorated, and also the back side. So I'm going to show you the magic that makes this happen. This can fold flat and fit in an envelope to be mailed. It would require extra postage because of the thickness of it, but this makes a beautiful Christmas card, but really more of a gift, because this can sit out as part of the Christmas decorations. On this one, I don't know if you can see, but I've used stickles on some of the rooftops and the snow centers of the poinsettias, snow on the background here. And then on the back, I have stickles on the tag, and also on this journal card. So let me show you how this is put together. And you'll see pictures of this at the beginning and end of the video, so you can take a closer look. I have already cut out everything. This is the back of the envelope. This one here, I did ink around all the edges. I am not going to on this one, and see how it looks. I did want to round this top point here just a little bit. Okay. Now, everything comes with the score lines marked, and I have already scored these items. This is part of the front of the envelope, and it's scored in 2 places on each side. And what this does is this back little fold here on each side glues down to the edge of your envelope. So I'll get that done first, hopefully. And just make sure that it's lined up on the sides and at the bottom so that it'll stand up correctly. It's just apparently easier said than done. I'm getting it here though. Okay, and once you get that kind of down, you can fold this way and press it down to glue those edges down. And it should fold over both ways. Now this makes our envelope and it will stand up. This piece here is the front of the envelope and it gets glued down on the front. So I'm going to lay this flat and put my glue on this front part. And just line it up at the bottom and the two sides and press that down. That makes your envelope. This is the flap. We don't bend it over, but that's the flap. Okay, the next thing you have is the two pieces that go inside that you'll mount your houses on. And they also are scored and ready to glue inside. And if you look at this one, I don't know if you can see, but I put the one in the back up at the top, up next to here, and the one at the bottom is further down so that the houses are layered. So let's get the back one in first. And this is also just a little bit fiddly, but it's okay. It'll go in there. So I'm going to put this toward the top. Take a look at it and make sure it's straight. I'm going to have to try again. I didn't do it right. Okay, that's the best way to do it, is to okay. Now the second one will go in further down. So that the houses will be layered. We get that in there so that it's lined up straight, and then press it down this way. Whoops. Oh, shoot. Okay, I think I got it now. Okay, so we're ready to put our houses on. Sorry about that, I got kind of messed up a little bit. I finished it up. We have two houses to go in the back and one in the front. And then we have our trees. There's 3 trees. So what I'll do is, first I'll put down the tree in the center, and I'll put it at a height, whatever height I want. I just glue it in there. So I'll get that glued into the center. Of the back piece. Okay, then we have 2 houses, one for the left side and one for the right. And again, you'll put these at a level, whatever level you want them. Now that I have them placed where I want them, I'm going to put a little bit more glue in behind them where the tree is. Okay, so those are in. And now we're going to put in our house in the middle of the front. And again, the trees kind of go behind it. So we'll put the trees kind of off to the side like this, and then the house will be in front of them. The reason I lowered this down is so I don't cover up my houses when I add in this on the front layer. Now we're ready to put our house in. And then put some glue behind it so that it sticks to the trees. So we have our houses and trees in there now. We've got the back layer with the trees sticking up and the sky with the snow. These two houses and trees, and then this house. This is a bakery and two trees. Since I'm going to put a bow on the front, I think I'm going to go ahead and turn it around and work on the back side next. And I got my words upside down. I did it on the other one too, so I tried really hard, but I still got them upside down, but it doesn't matter to me. Our little pocket that came with the kit fits right on here perfectly. So I will glue it down. Get these edges mashed down a little bit better. Okay, now we'll glue this down. If you wanted to use this inside a journal or something, you don't need to decorate the back. You could treat it as a pocket and let it pop up in the journal, which I think would be pretty nice. I'm just going to mount this pocket on here. And we have a postcard to go inside the pocket, and also a tag, and I'll come back to that tag in a little bit. And on the front, I was going to use my bow in the center, but I liked the way that I put this other ribbon behind it, and so this time I chose to do a pink ribbon, and I'm going to use my hot glue and glue that down right in the center. And then I'm going to turn up the edges of this and use the hot glue to glue just the center of this paper bow down in the center of that bow. I also wanted to add a little piece of bling in the center of that bow. And so I have this rhinestone. It's got glue on it, but a lot of times that comes undone. So I put a little glue down And I'll just put my rhinestone in the center of that bow. Now on the corners up here, I'm just using a couple of my poinsettias, the two that are the same size. Let's see. And I'm just kind of pushing them up like this, and I'm just going to glue down the center. So I'll do that. That lets the petals stick up. I think Carrie Ann cut her petals and did 2 layers of poinsettias. I'm not doing that. That's a great idea though. And then under each poinsettia, I'm going to add a little piece of holly. So there's our front. We could put a little lace on here. I might come back and do that. I'm going to flip this over now and work on this tag. What I wanted to do is decorate the front of the tag. So I've got some leaves and the poinsettia and the holly. This is the larger holly that was in our kit, so I just picked it out to use. And I think I'll put it on first. I'm gonna glue these leaves down just so it doesn't get wadded up. And put the poinsettia up here at the top. And then I'm just going to take my little leaves and kind of fold them in the middle and put some glue on the very tip of the back and tuck them in here and there. I think I'll put the other two on the front. I can get it to go in there. There we go. And then one on the other side. Now I've punched a hole in the top and put a reinforcement in there, and I'm going to tie a piece of pink ribbon at the top. And put this behind there. And on the other one, I found one of the little houses from my kit. I still have these pieces all cut out that I haven't used yet. So I think I'll put one of my little houses on here, just to finish off this back. It's okay if it sticks up above the pocket just a little bit. Okay. Now this is finished, and what I want to do is just show you right quick about the stickles. I'm using the clear. I'm using the clear stickles. I've not found it by itself. There's gold, silver, and clear. And this clear dries with iridescent, gold and silver and iridescent things. So it takes a while for it to dry. So I always wait till the very last minute to do this. And what I did on the others was put some on the snow on the roof, and it just squirts out. It needs a little help. Once you get it out there, do not touch it for like a couple of hours because it takes it a while to dry. But I'm doing it on the snow. It's very easy to do. One thing I like about it is, like on this poinsettia, it will pick up the yellow from the paper dye and turn it yellow so it doesn't cover up that there we go. And a couple of dots on the holly berries. And then I'll do the rest of the roofs just on the roof line to give it that sparkle from the snow. Same thing on this house in the front. The snow on the top of the chimney. And on top of here. And then what I did was go and I didn't worry about where the snow was. I just put dots to make the snow sparkle. You could do this with sequins or whatever you might want to. So there's our stickles. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I did it on there, and then I also came in here and put it on the center of the poinsettia and the berries on our tag. And our tag is printed with a nice design on the back so that it can be written on. So if you give this as a card, you might want to use that to write your message on. And then I decided to go ahead and do the berries on our postcard. And the center of my roses. Even over here on the stamp. And that just gives the whole project a festive look. Again, we could come back with some lace on the front here, and I may do that later. But this is how I put together this project. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and like I said, I will put a link to some of the other envelope projects that she has for sale on Etsy. If you're a member of the craft room and you haven't seen those, you might want to pop over and get those. They're different seasonal designs or florals. And for those that are a member of the craft room, you have access to this kit. If you're creative enough, you can adapt this and use your own designs to put in the centers and the front out of other kits from Carrie Ann. In fact, I was thinking I might do one with the next kit that has the sweet little snowmen and mice in it. So I may come back and make another one of these. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Now I've got to set this aside so I don't get into it and cause myself a mess, because it takes quite a while for this to dry. These are going to make the nicest little gifts for a couple of my friends. I don't know if you remember, I made the Easter one, and I had it sitting out admiring it, and my dog got a hold of it and ate the whole thing, which was quite upsetting. But I'm not gonna, he's bigger now and he doesn't do stuff like that anymore, but I'm not gonna tempt him. I closed the door to this room so he can't get in. I hope that you will enjoy this day and find the joy in the day, and be sure to share it with everyone you meet along the way. Everyone is going through something tough. None of us escaped the downs of life. There are a lot of ups and a lot of downs, but we need to learn to be grateful in all times of our lives. There's always something to be thankful for and something to be joyful about. So look for that joy and share it with all those you meet along the way. And I'll be back soon. I've got another little project with the Christmas Village, and then I'm going to start on the next collection, which is the Mice and the Snowmen, Meadow Lane Christmas. So I'll be back before you know it. See you soon.